cross RJ45. Okay, you guys have done it, so I don't need to do it. I've done it cross and straight. Then the next thing I want you to understand is the type of cable that we use, internet cable, is a factor of the distance. Why don't you carry that one and put it there? Carry that one outside now. CAS cables. CAS stands for category cable. So the least one that we have is Cat 5. You can put it down, category 5. So in category 5, you guys have, some of you guys have done the assignment. The thickness of the conductor is smaller. Am I right or not? Yes. And in category 5, there is nothing we call separator. Let me bring this white one. Are you guys with me now? Yes, then after category 5, we have two types. We have the one called modulated copper, and we have the one called pure copper. So if you are using the short distance, like this, your DVR is here, your router is here, like this, you can use Cat 5. The next one we have Cat 5E. That's Cat 5 extension. We have Cat 5E. Next after Cat 5E, we have Cat 5 Plus. After Cat 5 Plus, we have one called shielded Cat 5. Shielded Cat 5. Shielded Cat 5 means that I can pull this cable, I run it over the roof. It's shielded from sun or rain. It will not burn. All those outdoor antenna that you used to see, outdoor internet access antenna, they use shielded cable. Can either be shielded, we are still talking about shielded Cat 5. Oh yeah, now bring the cable now. What is inside the carton? So this. Then the next one we have this one. We have Cat 6. In Cat 6, there is this thing, there is a separator. The moment that there is this, you notice that there is a separator like this on the cable. You came late again. We agreed on 2. So the moment you see that, it's a Cat 6 cable. So under Cat 6
only Cat 6 cables have this.
Yes, separator. This separator. And the speed, the bandwidth of Cat 6 is higher than that of Cat 5. So under Cat 6 now, we have ordinary Cat 6. We have Cat 6, we have Cat 6 Plus, and we also have shielded Cat 6. Cat 6, Cat 6, Cat 6.
We have Cat 7 cables too.
I'm not yet here.
No, I know you're not. I want to ask the question. Cat 7 cable, I believe, should be thicker or.
It's thicker and it carries more.
But why don't they have separators?
Because the conductor that is already on Cat 7 have already separated the signal. So it has a thicker conductor than Cat 6. So you don't need to have any separator.
So the lighter the conductor, if the conductor is too light, signals can.
You have thicker conductor and thicker insulator. So the more protective your insulator is, the less you use. So it means that signal can get lost outside this. And all I'm putting this way, the signal loss is very minimal. And it can conduct higher. It can conduct social connecting.
More FC flight mode. Message you will more FC flight mode.
It can conduct higher signal. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah. But Cat 7 is not yet common in this side of the world because it's very expensive due to its difference. Can I move on? One thing I would advise you as an upcoming CCTV installer is when you are going for your remote view setup, use this type. Can you go and check out that? Bring it. Can I move?
Yes, sir.
As an upcoming CCTV installer, I would advise you, instead of buying your router separately, your modem separately, and connecting it together, use this time that they are, we call them 4 in 1. Meaning, as you are seeing this, it can serve as your modem because it has a slot for it. See, where you can connect your internet service. I'm talking of 4 in 1. Number 2, it is also, apart from being a modem, it's also a router. You can share internet here. That's multiple languages. So I can easily connect
DVR.
I can connect this one here and connect it to my DVR. And don't forget what I told you in the first time. What did I told you? That you should not
Use the wide area network.
You only use from line 1 to line 3 or from line 1 to line 4 as the case may be. Can I move?
Yes.
The next thing as is also an access point. Meaning that the moment I put this thing on, you see what? You see wireless. So in a normal setup, you know you need to carry that modem down to put it on your system. You enter the IP address. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
After entering the IP address, you set it up on MTN or Flow or any network that you're using. After that, you remove it. You now put it on what? TP-Link. Plug it inside TP-Link. Am I right or wrong? After that, you press the IP address on that TP-Link again. You select. It's just that I don't have that one again. I will have. During the practical section, I will have to train it. But if I see get one, I can train it. You need to log into the TP-Link and pick 4G. 4G means you are watching. 3G, 4G, you are SIM. SIM 3G, 4G. If you are using LAN, you need to do LAN. But the moment you are using this one, you don't need all those setups. You don't need to stress it. All you need here, next thing you now need is that you need what we call the local IP address of the router. Put it down. For this device I'm holding now, the local IP address of this one is 192.168.1.1. But there are some routers that will not see local IP address on it. You see the right or https://tplink.com. When you want to know the local IP address of that, log into that address. You can come to CMD command and check it. Or you can go under it, you go to advanced setup. How many of us follow us where I connect the router to internet there at Ajekun? You just do it. Log into the advanced setup. Under the advanced setup, you come to get the right SSID information or router information. Under that, you will see the IP address. There is no router that doesn't have MAC address and IP address. All you guys guess what I'm saying? So from the IP address, you have gotten the IP address, the local IP address. We are still going to use it later. Just have it as blank of mind. The next thing we now do is that you now connect this. As you said, if you have a router, a DVR, you connect it to your DVR. At least everybody know where it's being connected to your DVR.
Yes.
Is there anybody here that doesn't know where to connect this to? No. Against next class, we start our practical next class. You get a DVR. The next thing you will now do after connecting it to your DVR, you now log in. All what I want to say now, I will assume, just assume you know it. We still do the practical, but so that question will not be much during the practical session. That's what I'm saying. After doing that, you are sure that there is a data on this router. I didn't know that we have. So after I've connected it, the next thing I'll do, I will put on. Every time you are connecting your internet device, you restart both the router, and the DVR. After connecting it together, you must restart the two so that it can first synchronize information together. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Reset or restart?
You restart, you put it on and off.
Okay.
On and off. The two. Let's now assume that we have restarted the two. The next thing you now do is that you now log in to this. After logging in, you go to what we call quick setup. Go to quick setup. In some devices, you see it as quick setup. In some devices, you see it as guide. In some devices, you will see it as wizard. Any of the three that you see it. Any of the three that you see it. Quick setup, wizard, or guide.
Oh, got it.
Guide.
Right.
G-I-D. After entering, it will take you to the first page, which is welcome to confirmation wizard. After welcome, you can decide to say, click, do not show me this thing. The next one is what we call time setup. In nowadays DVR, you must ensure that the time on your DVR is correct with the time or the clocking of your router. I've seen instances where because of time, you know, most of these DVR are made in China. What is the time zone of China? Plus what? 1 in China is +8. So you must change it from +8 to plus. What do we use here?
+1.
Change it to plus. And if the time is not correct, you do what? You set it to that time. And in some devices, some devices will give you an advantage because something time server. Time server means as long as it's connected to the internet, it will be using, you have MTP time server, you have window time server, you have different types of time server. So you can just pick any of those time server. Meaning that anytime that device is connected to internet like this, it will correct the time you set.
Auto reset.
The internet time.
It will not be using time,
DVR.
it will be using internet time to correct the set. And you know that we have two types of +1. We have +1 GMT and we have the Greenwich Meridian +1. Am I right?
Yeah.
In +1 GMT, it means like in Nigeria now, we always use +1. But in Greenwich Meridian time. What do we, in a certain time of the year, they will remove 1 hour.
1 hour.
At another time of the year, around that September, they will do what?
Add 1
Not
hour.
If you select the wrong one, during that time when they remove 1 hour, you just notice that the timing of your route or your DVR is not with. And your client might start complaining that he's unable to connect it for.
Remote viewing.
Can I move on again?
Yes,
After
sir.
I've ensured that the timing is right, it will take me to the next one. We call it authentication mode. Some call it authentication mode. There, you need to put your email, your recovery email address. The email address that you want to use to recover it, if there is an error on it. In there, you put what we call your sign, maybe hell, maybe help, your security sign. Either your recovery email address, you put your security sign, then you put your security password. That's number 3. Number 1, your recovery mail. So anytime you're unable to log into that DVR, you can go and say recover, and it will send the password to that email address. So you have your recovery mail. Number 2,
Recovery sign.
you have your security sign. It's your security sign.
Security sign.
It will be 9 dots. You just use it to draw the sign. Number 3 now, you now have what we call the recovery question. Maybe you ask what's your birth date? Maybe what's your mother middle name? What's your phone number? After that, it will now give you an option, number 4. I'm talking of nowadays in the of either to recover via email, okay, Let me collect the charger. Either to recover via mail or via app. Recovery via app means that the moment I've already installed it on my app, the moment I'm unable to log in via the DVR, I can tell it to send the password to the app on my phone, and it's coming as message on the app that I've used connecting it. Hope you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If I have the app and I've not used it to connect to that DVR, please help me pause it. So we'll stop at where? So you have your security question. The advantage of this one is that so that when you forget the username, forget the password, forget the login details, you forget the login details, it will be able to do what? Recover it. So after you leave that recovery mode, it will take you to the next slide. In the next slide, you have what we call QR codes. So for you to be able to watch the CCTV remote, note, write it down. As an installer, you must have a QR scanner as an app on your phone. Although we have some Samsung phone and iPhone nowadays that you don't need a QR scanner. When you put your camera on it, scan it.
What's only Samsung?
So some advanced phone. I remember when I was using Samsung. Samsung should be. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't have those ones, you download one called QR scanner. What that QR scanner does is that the moment you scan under that sheet, you have either 2 or 3. If you're having 2, you have where they write iOS, and the second one they will write Android. iOS. So if your client is using an iPhone, download what? iOS. Scan the iOS. But if your client is using an Android, download what? Android. In the olden days when we used to have BlackBerry, this is BlackBerry, you download BlackBerry is just coming back. So the moment you scan that code, what it does is that it will tell you the app that device is using. So by scanning the code, it will first tell you the app. And I'll give you an example of app that the device is using. You have what? XM, like the one that we're using right now practically. You have the iCam Plus, like the one we just used now. You have the IP Pro. You have the CCTV Pro. You have iConnect. You have HD Pro. You have different type of apps. So until when you scan it on the screen, that's when you know the price. But in some DVR like this, it will write, they will put a sticker on it. Not all DVR, they put a sticker on it. From this sticker, you will do what? You will know the app that you need to download. And this one is also XMI. So this one uses XMI. In some other devices like Igvision and Dawa, the device already have their own app. For example, Igvision app, let me now shock you. Do you know that the standard Igvision app is not on a Play Store? You will need to go and download it from their official website. That was the mistake one of our ex-comment made. He just went to the app store and downloaded it. So the client was complaining that when he's within that environment, he should watch it. When he's using the access code. But the moment he leave that environment, because he needs to pass on which that app can, he will now tell me what I just told him on the store and download straight from the site. Okay, are you sure that what just said? Try and try this. Then if it doesn't work, do what? Far back to you. So sometimes it will lead you to the site. Sometimes it will take you to the Play Store. But it's always more advantage to download directly from the site. Can I move on again? Yes. So after downloading the app now, the next thing it will take you to is that it will tell you to create a username and password.
New one.
Username and password.
New username.
The former one is just email address now. Email address is the code and the recovery. Tell you to create username.
Yes, I can, sir.
There are some DVR they use username of admin and the password. There are some DVR they use 1 to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There are some DVR that use 8 in 6 places. There are some DVR that uses 6 in 8 places. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. After creating the username and password, there is a thing inside DVR. A part inside DVR, we call it machine name.
Hello?
I'll still take you. There are some apps that when you are using them, your machine name must be equal to the device name. How you get what I'm saying? You need to go and look at where there was one like that I did for a client that is not based on the camera. He has watched YouTube video, downloaded the app, done the website that is not. So all I just did is that I just checked the machine name. Maybe the machine name is DVR1. I can change it from DVR1 and give it the name of the class. Maybe as a Panayona. So after putting on Panayona, we are still going to use it. I will now do it. I will save the setup. It's now take me to work network test. Although in some devices, arrange it in different ways, but those are the identification. Under network test now, there are 3 tests that your DVR must pass. The moment your DVR doesn't pass those 3 tests, it means your CCTV will work. There are 3 tests that your DVR must pass. So the number 1 is what we call was gateway test. Gateway test means that this thing is well connected to this. After connecting it means what? Your IP address for the tools are correct. If it doesn't pass the gateway test, just click DACP. And after clicking DACP, restart it. Reset the number. And if it doesn't reset the number, just try to look for the local IP address here and input it as the gateway IP address. It will pass the gateway test. After gateway test, the next test we have called network test. Network test is trying to tell you that if I'm putting, as this case now, this is an Ether app. Now let me assume that I'm on Ether network. The Ether network must also be available in that environment. You get what I'm saying? So let me assume that we now pass the network test. The last one that we have is DNS, Domain Name Service. DNS test, that's the top test that you're doing now. How many of you know my number offhand here? How many of you know my number offhand? Nobody. You know my number offhand. Any other person apart from that. But when you want to call me, what will you do? You press what you used to save my name on your phone. From there, it will bring out my number. So you will do. DNS is like the address book of internet, where all those IP address, all those information are saved as an address book. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. DNS is just like an address book. So instead of you cramming IP address, cramming gateway address, cramming proxy number, or HTTPS number, you don't need to cram those numbers. As long as you set it correctly, it will save it as an address. So the moment you want to log in, you don't need to stop and set those details. Hope you get what I'm saying. Proxy number. Can I go? Then, let me tell you one thing. Do you know that it's not all that I can use to watch security information? Let's give you a classic example. Some of us used to do radio intensity. That will limit you to WhatsApp and what? Facebook. So anytime you want to browse, normally it will not do it.
It's not.
There are sometimes they go, I don't know whether it's still available. We have what we call Opera Mini data. But when you pay, you will be only be able to use what? Opera Mini. Only that, despite that you have data, the data has different protocols. One funny thing I noticed about one of the apps that work on is that, you know, there are sometimes you buy from the service provider, they will tell you when you buy 20 gig, they will dash you 10 gig. That normal 20 gig that is a main data, the port address are open for all networks. So you can use it to browse, you can use it to Facebook, you can use it to YouTube, and you can also use it to access your remote device. But when the main data finish, I don't want to give you the name of that device. The moment you now want to be using bonus data, you will not be able to log in. You can Facebook, Naira, Land, everything. Because the bonus data is not the port for surveillance devices, is not open on that data. So what am I trying to say? It means that yes, you might have data and might be saying that DACP is wrong or DNS is wrong. All you just need to do is just buy normal data. How many of you follow me to relation? follow it. What do you notice it? Until when I do what? I purchase data. Although there is free data there. So it was when I purchased normal data. That's when I started connecting back. Am I right or wrong? Hope you know what I'm saying now. Well, I once have a client that says you will be complaining. This type of browser, but it's not connected. You need to explain to them that it's not all data that can watch with surveillance. So assuming that your data is not working, it will also enable DNS. So your gateway will be okay, your network will be okay, and your DNS also.
Okay.
The moment you pass those three, at least to a large extent now, you know that your router is not correct, set up, and we still do it physically. I'm just telling you to put it down, so that by the time I'm doing it, you'll not be asking me questions without much. Then you now notice that your router is correct, your router configuration is correct, and your DVR configuration is not
Correct.
The next thing you now do is that you now go to your app. The app that you're using. Under the app, you have different forms of login. We have what we call direct login. That's number one. Number two, we have local login. Number three, we have cloud login. Number four, we have Facebook login. And lastly, we have what we call WeChat login. What are the five? Number one,
Direct login.
Number two,
Local login.
Number three,
Cloud login.
Number four,
Facebook and
number five.
WeChat.
Let me start. If you are using direct login, it means you must be on the network.
On the same network.
Yes. So if I want to use direct login on this router now, I must on my wireless to connect to the hotspot of this router. So the moment I click direct, it will now start searching for devices on that network, and it will pick my DVR. But although we now have some advanced direct login, in the past we will not be able to log into other devices. How? Oh, you get what I'm saying? So if I now have multiple DVR, if I use direct login, although nowadays we now have direct login account, when in the past we'll be able to log into only one single DVR. What's number two that I said we have?
Local.
Local login. In local login, it means all you need is a local authentication from your phone. Meaning that if I'm the owner of this phone, I now use this phone to log in. As long as I still have this phone, all the authentication setup that I will be doing next will be saved on what? On the local memory of this phone. So parameter, if you now misplace that your phone, you can't have access to that CCTV again until when you go back there and reconfigure your phone again. So you get what I'm saying? So all these username, password, or the pattern, the code, you need to go back there again. So you must not misplace that phone, because all the authentication will be saved on the phone. What's the third one that we have? We'll still do everything during our practical section.
Cloud login.
You have cloud login. In cloud login, what it uses is what we call email authentication. As long as you have your email, it will just send you a 2FA, what we call second factor authentication. There are some of the Facebook uses. Send a code to your mail, and you confirm that it's truly you are the owner of that mail. It will save all the setup to your mail. So I can decide. I've seen a job like that. The owner of the job called me that I can't check something is happening in my house now, and I'm not with my phone. All I just did was do you have your phone here? I downloaded the app and I logged in. What is cloud? And I use my email to confirm that I'm the one that actually do was trying to log in from another device. And I start checking. I called him back. Okay. Did any of you follow us to get the book? Nobody has followed the book. I just called the guy. I'm watching it. And I resolved the issue from my phone. Hope you guys get one. So in cloud login, it uses cloud authentication, meaning every authentication that you save will save your mail on the cloud. So whether you change phone, whether you travel now to live any environment, all you just need to do is just log into the cloud and start doing it. You start having access to it. And another advantage of cloud is that you can save multiple devices on it. You can save plenty devices. One of the apps that I use, I have more than 50 CCTV cameras.